Breaking. Jung Hae unexpectedly holds press conference with Jung So Mins' family about pregnancy. What could possibly drive a beloved actor like Jung Hae to hold an emergency press conference, with Jung So Mins' entire family by his side? Was it a confession, a confrontation, or something far more life-changing? The tension in the room was palpable. Cameras flashed, reporters held their breath. And then, he spoke. "Stay with us" on red carpet revealed as we uncover the shocking truth behind the sudden announcement. The flashbulbs were blinding. At exactly 11 a.m. on a humid Tuesday morning, a sea of reporters surged into the Grand Hyatt Seoul's Emerald Ballroom, invited under vague circumstances by the management of Jung Hae. There was no official statement, no topic listed, just a single line: Jung Hae will make an important personal announcement. What no one expected, however, was for Jung Hae to walk into the room not alone, but flanked by none other than actress Jung So Mins, and her parents. The moment they entered, a hush swept through the ballroom. Journalists froze mid-whisper, cameras paused in their panning, and even the hotel staff seemed rooted to the floor. This wasn't a scene out of a romantic drama. This was real, and it was unfolding live. The calm before the confession. For weeks, speculation about Jung Hae and Jung So Mins had swirled like storm clouds. The two had recently completed filming a surprise cameo scene for a romantic drama. While it was dismissed at first as a brief collaboration, a flurry of behind-the-scenes photos and fan-recorded moments hinted that their bond might extend far beyond the script. Still, no one imagined it would come to this. Jung So Mins looked composed but pale. Her mother clutched her hand tightly, while her father stood protectively close behind them. Jung Hae's face, usually the picture of calm charisma, bore the weight of sleepless nights. He bowed deeply, 3 times, to the audience before lifting his head to speak. "I ask for your understanding." His voice trembled, and his hands were visibly shaking. "I understand that many of you are confused, surprised, and perhaps even upset," he began, "but today, I'm standing here not just as an actor, but as a man taking responsibility." That was when the whispers exploded into gasps. One reporter dropped her pen. Another looked stunned, frozen mid-text message. It was happening. The rumors weren't just true, they were real, bigger, and more complicated than anyone imagined. He paused, glancing at Jung So Mins, who gave him a small, reassuring nod. Her mother's eyes were glossy with tears. "I wanted to speak first, not through statements, not through tabloids, but to face all of you directly. There is something I need to tell you, something about the future, and about a life that has just begun." The ballroom went silent once more. "She's pregnant." Those 2 words, barely whispered, yet heard by all, cut through the room like a blade. Reporters stumbled over themselves, scrambling for recorders, rushing to text their editors. A few were seen mouthing the words in disbelief. "Did he just say she's pregnant?" "Yes," he continued, his voice steady now. "Jung So Mins is pregnant, and we are going to become parents." The aftershock. Within seconds, every news alert across South Korea and beyond was lighting up. Breaking: Jung Hae confirms pregnancy. The word pregnancy trended on every major social media platform. What was even more shocking than the news itself was how emotionally raw and genuine the moment felt. Jung So Mins, still silent, finally stepped forward. She looked directly at the cameras and bowed. "This wasn't planned," she said, "but it is something we've come to accept with love. I've been scared, I won't lie. Seeing how seriously Hae has taken all of this made me believe that we can face it together." She squeezed his hand gently, and for a moment, the cameras caught what looked like a flicker of tears in his eyes. A family affair. The inclusion of her parents at the press conference added another layer of intrigue and heartbreak. It turns out, just days before the event, the couple had gathered both families in a private meeting. The result? A mix of shock, arguments, silence. And then, fully, understanding. Jung So Mins' father stepped forward, voice firm but kind. "We were not expecting this. We were not prepared. But we raised our daughter to be strong, and after seeing Jung Hae's sincerity, we believe he is ready to take responsibility." Bowed, a traditional gesture of respect to the public, and to the fans who might feel betrayed by this sudden news. His wife followed, her voice shaky with emotion. "Please don't judge our daughter. She didn't plan to be in this position. She has chosen to keep the baby, and we, as her parents, will support her fully." Their words added weight to the moment. This wasn't a celebrity scandal. It was a very human story, and it was being told, vulnerably, in real time. Romance to reality. How did it all begin? According to sources close to the actors, Jung Hae and Jung So Mins had maintained a low-key friendship for years. Though rumors occasionally hinted at something deeper, both denied any romantic involvement. However, while working on an off-camera charity project earlier this year, something reportedly shifted. Their friendship turned into long conversations. Conversations became late-night walks. One thing led to another, and suddenly, the line between friendship and love disappeared. But no one, including themselves, was prepared for the life-altering result. "When she told me she was pregnant, I was stunned," Jung Hae confessed during the press conference. "But my first instinct wasn't fear. It was responsibility. I knew then that I didn't want to walk away. I wanted to walk into this with her." The crowd was silent. Moved. Public response, divided. As news spread, reactions were immediate, and deeply divided. Some fans felt betrayed. "He should have told us earlier," one comment read. "They kept pretending nothing was happening." Others praised his honesty. "I respect him more than ever," another fan posted. "Takes courage to stand in front of the world like that." Online forums exploded with debates. Is this the right way to announce such life-changing news? Should it have been done in private? Why involve the parents? And above all, what will happen next? New insider interviews revealed just how much had gone on behind closed doors before the press conference. According to a close friend of Jung So Mins, actor didn't rush into this. The moment he found out about the pregnancy, the friend shared, and didn't panic. He didn't tell the agency first. He didn't go into hiding. Instead, he asked So Mins, "Can I speak to your father directly?" It was a traditional gesture, and one not often seen anymore in celebrity circles. But for Jung Hae, it was necessary. He reportedly traveled unannounced to Jung So Mins' family home in Busan. There, he sat down across from her father, and asked for both forgiveness and permission. "I know I've caused your family pain," he said. Recounted by a source present at the meeting. "But if you allow me, I will take care of your daughter and this child with everything I have." Jung So Mins' father didn't speak for a long while. But when he did, it was simple: then prove it. Start by not hiding. And that, it seems, is how the decision for the press conference was made. Jung Hae's own family responds. What about Jung Hae's family? Until now, little has been known about them. The actor has kept his private life tightly guarded, but according to a relative who spoke anonymously, they were initially shocked, but not angry. It was hard for his parents, the source said. Not because of the baby, but because of the sudden public attention. They're quiet, humble people. But once they saw how committed he was, they stood behind him. There are also rumors that his mother reached out personally to Jung So Mins' mother, offering support and even sending homemade meals during her early pregnancy symptoms. They're not just two celebrities dealing with a crisis, the relative added. They're two families trying to protect each other from a world that doesn't always forgive. Wedding bells, or just rumors? Naturally, the biggest question now is, are they getting married? When asked during the press conference, he avoided a direct answer. One thing at a time, he said, looking slightly overwhelmed. Right now, our focus is on her health and the baby's future. We're taking every step seriously. But insiders say talks of marriage have already begun. No rush, one close friend of Jung So Mins shared. But both families agree that if their relationship continues to grow through this challenge, a wedding is not out of the question. Some fans were quick to notice that Jung So Mins had already stopped wearing jewelry associated with single life, including a promise ring she used to wear for fan meetings. Public reactions shift. At first, the backlash was fierce. Social media was flooded with accusations. Why didn't they wait until marriage? Why drag the parents into it? Is this just for attention? But as the dust settled, a new wave of support emerged. Began sharing clips from the press conference, highlighting Jung Hae's sincerity and emotional transparency. One clip, where he says "I'm not hiding, I'm standing beside her," went viral. getting millions of views in just 12 hours. Even parenting communities chimed in, praising the couple's decision to face the issue head-on rather than cover it up. "I've seen young men run from less," one comment read. "The way he stood beside her in front of the whole nation, that's what being a real man looks like." Brands react. Fans argued online. The commercial world moved fast. Hae's advertising deals were under review within hours of the announcement. Some conservative brands reportedly pressed pause. To everyone's surprise, one major baby product company reached out with a potential endorsement deal. For both of them, it could mark the beginning of a completely new phase in their careers, no longer just actors, but public figures representing young families. A silent promise, the hospital visit. In one of the most touching, and completely unplanned, developments, Jung Hae was spotted at a private maternity clinic 2 days after the press conference. Wearing a cap and mask, he held the door open for Jung So Mins as she stepped out of her appointment. A bystander who witnessed the moment said, "He didn't let go of her hand the whole time." Though no photos were released by media outlets, one fan who saw them wrote on Twitter, "I cried. They looked nervous, but also at peace. They were finally doing this together, for real." What's next? According to both agencies, the couple will be taking a brief hiatus from work to focus on health and family matters. But they also assured fans, this is not a retreat. This is a recalibration. They aren't disappearing, they're simply choosing to grow. Final words from Jung Hae. In a personal message uploaded to his fan cafe, Jung Hae shared a few final thoughts. "To those who feel hurt, I'm sorry. Those who support us, thank you. To the little life we are about to meet, I promise I will become someone you can be proud of. This isn't the end of my story. It's the beginning of a new chapter one never expected. But wouldn't trade for anything." Thank you for following this emotional journey on Red Carpet Revealed. Stay tuned for more updates on this evolving story. And the next chapter in Jung Hae and Jung So Mins' unexpected but powerful love